Wayne Newton's having a birthday, 73. Folk rock singer Richard Thompson is 66. Another great singer, Alec Baldwin. Well, he sings the blues every time he gets in trouble. He's a great comedic actor, 57. David Hyde Pierce is 56. John Thomas Griffith, the rock singer, 55. Eddie Murphy's having a birthday today. He's 54. Jenny Garth is 43. Jenny Garth is great. She's married to number one from Star Trek: The Next Generation. She's great. And wasn't she on Nutrisystems? Jenny Garth, isn't she been advertising on Nutrisystems? I think so. And Amanda Bynes is 29 years old today. What a pretty star-studded birthday. If you're having it here on the 3rd, 4th, 5th, whatever it is, Easter weekend. It is the end of Passover on Saturday night. It is Good Friday. Everything is here for you, and we have a great show. Lots of things to talk about on the show. We've got some friends in the studio. If this is the day you want to get to our studio cam at crntalk.com/the PM show. Check it out. Or you can just go to crntalk.com and click on the studio cam if you're viewing us live. And if we're on a replay, then you can go to youtube.com/the PM show. That'll do it for you. But we've got people here from the Animal Foundation of America. Going to have all that going. The weekend box office getting underway. A lot of movies that are coming out. This movie, Get Hard, I heard some people like it, some people didn't like it. I want to see it. I think it made about $33.8 million last weekend. We'll see what happens this week. And Home, that's like a good film for the whole family. $52.1 million it made last weekend, first 2 weeks out. There's some new stuff coming out this week too. Also, Bruce Jenner is in the news. Well, we think it's Bruce Jenner. We're not sure. He might be trying to develop his chest a little bit, possibly. I've heard that, might have a training chest, I think they call it, when you're in your young stages. So he could have a training chest. We'll have to talk about that. He also faces this wrongful death suit, in that car accident. The stepchildren of the woman who was killed in that car crash in which he was involved in are gearing up for a wrongful death lawsuit. And what's interesting, they say here, is that we've learned they had virtually no relationship with their stepmom. This is a tragedy no matter how you look at it. And when some people, I'm not saying people sue just to get money, but yes, a lot of people sue just to get money. They had virtually no relationship with their stepmom, Kate Howe. She was a poor lady that was driving her Lexus on Pacific Coast Highway on February 7th when Bruce Jenner slammed into her, sending her car careening into the lane of oncoming traffic where a Hummer was demolished her car. And apparently this Kim Howe has no direct relatives. Her husband died in 2003. Her parents are deceased as well as immediate blood relatives, but she has 2 grown stepkids, neither of whom live in California. And speaking with the people who were close to Kim, said she had virtually no relationship with either stepchild. Nonetheless, the stepchildren have lawyered up. I'm not taking sides here, but it does smack of some stink here in this thing, so we'll see what's going on in this one. That's going to be hitting the news here over the next few weeks. You heard it here first on the PM show. All right, it's feeding time on the PM show, so stay with us here. I'm Michael Horn. We got some great guests to talk about. It's CRN, the Cat Radio Network. The Critter Radio Network, I think, is even better. We've got some critters to introduce you to. Stay with us on the weekend edition of the PM show.
Now, kid, I know you look at me and think, man, that guy knows everything. And you're right, I do. But occasionally even I get stumped. I know, hard to believe. But when I need help, I get it from Grainger. Grainger can solve just about anything, from finding the right products to advice on installation to troubleshooting. Grainger gets me what I need right when I need it. When a guru needs a guru, who does a guru call? Guru calls Grainger. Get it? Got it? Good. Call, click Grainger.com or stop by. Grainger. For the ones who get it done.
For over 20 years, you've trusted Lumber Liquidators to make high-quality, beautiful flooring affordable for everyone. Delivering this value means you get the floor you want at the low price you deserve. So we've lowered prices even more. This week, get stunning espresso Hevea 3/4-inch solid pre-finished hardwood for just $2.99, or natural strand bamboo for 41% less than our competitors, and 18-month special financing. You trust our value, we value your trust. For quality hardwood, see the flooring experts. Visit lumberliquidators.com to find a store near you.
Hey, welcome back here to the PM Show, weekend edition on CRN Digital Talk Radio. There's got to be nice people in the world today. It's Easter weekend. My gosh. Now, some of you may not be religious, and I don't want to get any letters, but Christ died on the cross for our sins. Whoa! What did he just say? Whoa! I don't believe in that. Well, maybe I don't believe in some of your crap that you have. So let people who are religious celebrate this holy of holy weekends. And those of you that are religious, and maybe some of you that aren't, maybe it would help you to think about what this day is all about, and maybe read up on it, watch some of the, I'm sure, specials and movies. You know, you can spoon feed yourself some movies that are on cable TV this weekend. That's how I learned about all this. But anyway, we digress here. It is the end of Passover on Saturday, Easter Sunday coming up. The whole meaning of Easter here. This, you know, in Europe, I was visiting Europe one year over the Easter weekend, and everything shuts down. They are much more sincere about, you know, when I think about Europe, it's less laws, more strictly enforced. Here, you know, these legislators make laws every single day, and then nobody enforces them. You know, we got border laws. You're going to get me started here on all this stuff, but nobody enforces them. Oh, we shouldn't have to do that. They're just, you know, kindly. If you want to be kindly, let's talk about people. Let's talk about critters that are defenseless, that, you know, have no one to watch out for them. Oh, well, maybe they do. Christina Angelini is with us here today, and you are here. Tell us, introduce what you guys do here, for gosh sakes.
Well, what we are is we're a nonprofit, and we rescue these little critters from local shelters before euthanasia. And there's a lot of people out there that don't really understand that even kittens or puppies, they think, oh, well, the shelter takes care of them, but they don't have a system in place to be able to do that. So what our group does is we take them.
When you say we, who's we?
I have an incredible team, Animal Foundation of America. Patty's here with us today, and then I have Chris and William and Lexi. I mean, we have a crew.
So is Patty like with the Animal Foundation, or she's with you?
Well.
Or is it one and the same?
Yes.
All right, there you go. So it's a group of people you have working. Christina Angelini, she's with Animal Foundation of America. This was founded like recently, 2011, right? Mm-hmm. And trying to enrich the lives of needy animals. And here's the thing. You hit on it, Christina. I want you to elaborate if you can. And this is, I think, part of what I'm saying. A lot of people just don't get it. They don't research things. They don't understand things. They get a pet. They have the pet. They give it to somebody else. The pet runs away. They don't think about it. There are places where pets go and they stay if someone tries to contact them, but they don't stay for very long. You were telling me horror stories that they're there maybe for 3 days and then they're destroyed. Am I right?
That's correct.
How does this whole thing work? Shock us a little bit, because you had me on the edge of my seat here.
Well, the system, so there is a system for the animals.
Right.
So you have county and city systems. So everyone has, you know, their own rules and regulations, but basically everyone thinks, well, if I take my dog to the shelter, they'll just find it a new home.
I can't handle my dog. Let's just take it to the shelter.
Yeah. Common story, you know, oh, I'm moving. They're moving to some state that doesn't allow dogs, I suppose. The most offensive, I think, was I had one person say that they changed their carpet and the dog no longer matched the carpet.
Wow. Matched the carpet?
Matched the carpet.
You're not making this up. That's a real story.
That's a real story.
So they wanted to get rid of the pet for no other reason than the pet did not match the carpeting.
Right. Which they changed. Like, why did you change it in the first place? But okay. So there's ridiculous reasons why people give up their animals, and they think that if they're giving those animals to a shelter, that they'll just be rehomed, and it's no longer their problem. But the system itself is already overtaxed. So if you have all these homeless animals and then you choose to just relinquish yours, it doesn't guarantee that dog's going to find a home.
First off, people don't go to the shelter to find their next pet. They go to a pet store or these puppy mills that churn out these puppies, and there's but they don't realize, and my last two pets have been, you know, rescues. Mm-hmm. The animals seem, literally, I don't know if they know they're being rescued or not, but they know. They know that someone cares about them and
right.
wants to take care of them. They're there for you. There's a bond, almost an immediate bond that someone, like if you took in a homeless person and you fed them. Only animals don't have all the crap that homeless people have. Not that there's something wrong with homeless people. I don't want letters on this. Animals are unconditional love.
Yes.
There's no restrictions on it, right? And if the animal has had a problem, it's probably because it's been abused somewhere along the way, right?
Well, that's true also. I mean, but there are ways to deal with that. There are things that can be done. I mean, there's training that can be done. Sometimes there's medical reason. I mean, there's a number of different reasons you get a dog into the shelter. So, I mean, you see people saying, oh, well, the dog's sick, and here, it goes to the shelter. So how is the shelter system that's already overtaxed going to take care of that?
Okay, so let's talk about that overtax. So first off, people are not aware they can get great animals that are already housebroken, already there, already available, already taken care of at the shelter. They should go there first.
Yes.
Secondly, now you're saying overtaxed because if everybody gives their animals up, there's no place for them to be at the shelters. And that's why on a regular basis, 36 hours or 3 days, 72 hours, whatever it might be, animals are destroyed. On occasion, this is not the kind of on occasion thing. This is something that happens every single day. Am I right?
That's correct.
They have to make space. If
Yes.
they're full up, they've got to make space.
And people don't realize that there are thousands a day being put to sleep right here in Southern California.
And so you might as well, if you're going to give up your pet because it doesn't match your carpet, you might as well just go ahead and take it to the pet shop and kill it yourself right there on the spot and hold it and watch it die and then get yourself another carpet sample and go back to your house. That's a cruel thing.
It's extremely
It's a life.
cruel. Yes.
We're talking about Easter weekend here and giving of life for others to understand on the cross. And here are these animals that basically are helpless and, need some kind of, and defenseless. You told me a story about an animal. I mean, I want to get into this a little bit with you because you go and check out these animals. What you guys do, which is amazing to me at Animal Foundation of America, is you rescue some of these animals if you learn about them in time before they're going to be destroyed. And then you try to find them homes. And I don't understand how you get space going. But I mean, first and foremost, people need to get into their heads that they want to get a rescue animal.
That's true. People need to understand that you can get purebred animals. What you're looking for, there's a rescue group that focuses on maybe that particular breed, or you have those animals are in your shelters every day.
So if you're looking for a particular type of dog, a poodle, whatever it might be, you can tell that to the shelter and they will call you and say, hey, we got something for you to look at here, correct?
Yes, you can actually look it up online. They have, your local shelters have, like, their animals they have in inventory, and if you're looking for a poodle, you can either look up, specific rescue groups for poodles, but there's also the county shelters and the city shelters all have real-time database online that you can look that up at any time.
And all the animals are neutered or spayed for the most part before they're given to you. And therein lies another problem. Some people get animals and they don't have them neutered or spayed, and then all of a sudden that causes a situation. Am I right?
That's true. That's true. And then that adds to the overtaxing system. If they don't spay and neuter their animals, then they have puppies. And where do those puppies go? And those very often are dropped off at the shelters.
All right. Now, what's your website where people want to get more information?
It's www.animalfoundationofamerica.com.
AnimalFoundationofAmerica.com. We suggest you check that out. ANIMAL. There's your animal. Foundation, FOUNDATION. Of America, AMERICA.com. I'll take care of it. Now stay with us here because we have more to talk about. It's the PM Show Weekend Edition right here on CRN, the Critter Radio Network.
Perfect.
CRN travelers, relax at the beautiful Fountain Grove Inn and Conference Center in Santa Rosa, California. Come to quality and come to luxury. Experience the newly renovated guest rooms. They're generously sized and they're decorated in the Tuscan tradition. They have great, incredible pillow-top mattresses, luxurious linens, and down-filled comforters. The Fountain Grove Inn also offers complimentary Wi-Fi and internet access. There's warm cookies and coffee every evening in the hotel lobby, and you can visit the newly remodeled Equus Restaurant and Equus Lounge with its new wine bar. It's the ideal place to relax and enjoy a glass of wine and watch our What's Cooking on Wine show on CRN with host Larry Van Alst on Wednesdays. It's the Fountain Grove Inn, Hotel, and Conference Center located in the heart of Sonoma wine country. It's easily located in Santa Rosa off the 101 Fountain Grove Parkway exit. Call 707-578-6101. That's 707-578-6101 or visit fountaingrovinn.com.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
Did you know that with a bachelor's degree, on average, you can make almost twice as much over a lifetime than a person with just a high school diploma? Yes! According to the U.S. Census Bureau, you can make almost twice as much. Going back to college is now easier than ever. There are select online colleges that provide laptops to their students. In fact, there are thousands of college programs on your laptop. You can go to college anywhere and everywhere right from a laptop. Call My College Laptop and you can find hundreds of programs from accredited colleges and universities nationwide. Start a new career in law enforcement, business, information technology, healthcare, and hundreds of others. Call My College Laptop to find an online college that will provide you with a laptop. In no time at all, you can double your earning potential. Double your earning potential. Call now. 1-800-582-7531. That's 800-582-7531. 800-582-7531.
It's the PM show, nationwide, coast to coast, CRN Digital Talk Radio. I'm Michael Horn. Jose pressing the buttons today. Tomas is on assignment. The lovely Courtney Cadera, our executive producer. And we are talking critters on the show today at CRN, the Critter Radio Network, or the Christina Radio Network. Christina Angelini is here. Patty Rodriguez. They are with Animal Foundation of America. And from what I understand, getting back to you two. And by the way, Patty, you should say something here. You just grab that microphone, at least say hello, if you can.
Hey.
Okay, there. Very nice. That's good. I'm adopting Patty. Is that okay? Can I do that?
Well, someone already said she was my daughter today, so.
Yeah.
Well, okay, then maybe I shouldn't have done it. She's your daughter. Good.
We would have to be like co-adopters or something.
Very nice. And we have some animals here. And just before the break, we were talking about, people being aware that if you give up your dog, it doesn't go to the hotel and isn't fed 9 meals a day, and a home is immediately found and everybody's happy. If they can't find a home within 3 days, the dog is usually destroyed. Put to sleep, done, dead. You killed an animal. You took it in. You couldn't be responsible. The big R word there. That's the R in CRN, the Critter Responsibility Network. And so you gave the responsibility back and you just killed an animal. Might as well take a gun and shoot it, Might as well just do that, because that's what you're doing to the poor pet, the cat, dog, or whatever it might be. So that's kind of the way that is. And then we're saying we should neuter and spay these animals, because you told me a story, Christina Angelini, of Animal Foundation of America, about a couple that had a couple of chihuahuas, and what happened?
Well, it's just commonly referred to as a hoarding case, and so
it's a what case?
A hoarding.
Hoarding. They were hoarders.
Just like there's hoarders.
Like hoarders on the TV show.
On the TV show, but they hoard animals instead.
Right.
So it's very often that there will be a call that comes out, and they started out with 2 dogs, and then
a male and a female.
A male and a female, and they didn't spay and neuter the animal. And for whatever reason, sometimes it's financial, but there are lots of groups out there that do free spay and neutering. So if you check it out, then you can find a place that does that. But sometimes it's culturally, sometimes they don't believe that that's the proper thing to do. So you have a male and female, and then you turn out 9 years later, and we're guessing 9 years because the oldest male and female is about 9 years old that was found in this case. And so 9 years later, you come back to that same property, and they had 80 dogs there.
80 dogs
Yes.
from those first two, not spayed or neutered, 80 dogs.
Yes.
So what happens? Those dogs are picked up.
The dogs are picked up, and most of them are feral, meaning that they don't have a lot of human interaction. So
They're kind of wild.
yeah, they're wild, living in a person's house.
Right.
And so those dogs are picked up, and then it's a police department hold, which means a case has been filed against that owner for having
Right.
too many dogs.
Right.
And so then those 80 dogs go into the shelter, and they're on hold until there's a court case regarding that owner. So a lot of them, like I said, they're feral dogs. If they bite, then they're in trouble. If they need medical, they're in trouble. There's all kinds of reasons why they could easily be euthanized or put to sleep.
So if any of that happens, they get euthanized.
Yes.
Injury of any kind.
Yes.
So they take up 80 slots in the animal shelter. That means then 80 other animals get killed if they have to hold these animals, or they have to kill those 80 animals, right? They just don't build another wing and, let 15 more families move into the place. They get rid of the animals one way or the other, either ones that have been there for 72 hours or these after the case is over.
That's true, because there's nothing they can do. I mean, really, it's like we villainize the shelters, but what are they supposed to do? And so they've only got so much space, and you've got too many people relinquishing their animals, or for whatever reason, my kid's suddenly allergic, I'm moving, it's sick. There's all kinds of reasons why these people relinquish their animals, and so what are they supposed to do with them? According to the law, they have to hold these. That's currently on a PD hold, a police department hold. So they need the space.
Find a home for the animal yourself without turning the animal in. It's called, I don't care what you say, whatever reason. The reason is they're irresponsible. That's the bottom line. They're going to make up an excuse so they can try to sleep at night, but they're irresponsible. They got the pet. They can't handle it. Find a place to go. Now, you get called in. The Animal Foundation of America gets called in. You pick up some of these animals. Probably you can't pick up 72 or 82 of these animals at one crack, but you do take them up, and then you've got interesting stories that maybe we can go into in the next segment.
And then maybe Patty will join us.
Patty, do you have some stories you can share?
Plenty of them.
Get close to the microphone so we can hear them. Pull that microphone nice and close there. There we go. And who's with you, Patty, there on...
We have Blanca here with us.
Blanca is a very cute little white dog. I don't know how Blanca got the name Blanca, but apparently very cute little white dog. How old is Blanca?
She's about 4 months now.
4 months. How big will she get?
Probably about 100, 120 pounds.
Really? That big?
Mm-hmm.
Little Blanca. So and people should know that when they buy the cute little puppies, they should know how big.
They all grow up.
Yeah, they all grow up. Unless they're Chihuahuas, they stay small.
Oh, right.
All right, we'll stay straight ahead here. It's the PM Show Weekend Edition. We're talking critters here. I'm Michael Horn on CRN.
Have you ever considered adding a home security system but thought it would be too expensive? Here's the good news. There's never been a more affordable time to help protect your home, valuables, and your loved ones. You can now get a $100 Visa card from Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, with the installation of a new ADT monitored system. Here's even better news. Your new system, worth $850, is free. You pay just a $99 installation charge and purchase monthly monitoring for less than $2 a day. Call Protect Your Home today at 1-866-669-8954. That's 1-866-669-8954. Get the peace of mind that comes with owning an ADT monitored system, plus a $100 Visa card from Protect Your Home. Call now, 1-866-669-8954. That's 1-866-669-8954. 36-month monitoring contract required. General terms and conditions apply. Visit protectyourhome.com/terms.
You order a glass of your favorite Cabernet, fresh asparagus, hollandaise on the side, a filet, medium rare. You unfurl your napkin with a flair, close your eyes, and prepare to listen. Ah, there it is. The sweet music you long to hear. The sizzle. The sizzle of a Ruth's Chris steak.
The most magnificent corn-fed prime beef, broiled to perfection at 1800 degrees. Some call it a sizzle. We call it an anthem.
As the waiter approaches, you think, Is this one mine or that one?
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Like Ruth always said, life's too short to eat anywhere else.
Make a reservation online at ruthschris.com or by calling 800-544-0808.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-351-8614. That's 800-351-8614. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-351-8614.
For over 20 years, you've trusted Lumber Liquidators to make high-quality, beautiful flooring affordable for everyone. Delivering this value means you get the floor you want at the low price you deserve. So we've lowered prices even more. This week, get stunning espresso, Hevea, 3/4-inch solid, pre-finished hardwood for just $2.99. Or natural strand bamboo for 41% less than our competitors. And 18-month special financing. You trust our value, we value your trust. For quality hardwood, see the flooring experts. Visit lumberliquidators.com to find a store near you.
The Doug Stephan Good Day program, early morning radio, and I guess it is radio, although it's radio on TV because this is CRN Digital Talk. You can find out what's going on in the world. We talk about the issues of the day, the events of the day, the people that people are talking about. We have an interesting way of looking at the news and having a little fun with the issues. So if you want to have some fun, learn a few things, and get up on the right side of the world, Doug Stephan's Good Day program, weekday mornings, 2 to 7 a.m. on CRN Digital Talk.
PM show, nationwide, coast to coast, CRN Digital Talk Radio. I'm your host, Michael Horn, on the weekend edition. Jose pressing all the buttons here. He is our line producer, our executive producer, Courtney Cadera. I, of course, am the host of the program. You can email us here, incoming at crntalk.com. And we got some news stories to go through today, but we are having in the studio the beautiful Christina Angelini and the lovely Patty Rodriguez. They are with Animal Foundation of America, and we're talking a little bit pet rescue here. When you get rid of your pet, or when people get rid of their pets, they go to the pound, they stay there for about 72 hours, and then in most cases they are destroyed. There's the hold put on them for a while, unless it's like a court case or something where it might go longer. Otherwise, that's the amount of time you have. So if you lose your dog, for gosh sakes, and you were talking about this thing, which I've not done for my wonderful Angie the Wonder Dog, you can put a chip in there so they can find the pet. Am I right? And it can be registered to you.
Yes, that's true. And it's very important. A lot of people don't, they think, oh, well, the dog's at the house. It's no problem.
Yeah.
But
if it slips out or something and goes nosing around.
And it can happen. It could be something as simple as, someone goes to check the water meter or the gas meter, and you've got a happy-go-lucky puppy coming out saying, "Hey, how's it going?" and friendly with the.
They forget about it and they let the dog go.
Simple.
That's true. So on my pet, I have like my phone number and the dog's name and all that stuff there. So that, and I've had the dog, one of my dogs, in the past disappeared, and then someone called me, thank goodness, and I was able to go get the dog. Wonderful neighbor that found that, and for that very reason, that some worker let the dog out, didn't realize that the gate was open, and whammo, the dog goes out basically looking for the master.
Right.
And then pretty soon they're up there somewhere and somebody grabs. So it's good to have it chipped, because once you discover it, they can say, hey, here's where your dog is right now, correct?
That's correct. And if they're impounded at the shelter, then the shelter's able to scan them, get the information for the chip, and you get that call that day.
It's good to chip everybody. I chip my girlfriend. I always keep tabs on. You like that one, don't you, Patty? Yeah. Thank you. I'll give you one more time. Thank you very much, Jose. There you go. So now let's talk some stories about some animals, because these dogs will be destroyed. And so if you give the dog away because your carpet was the wrong color, like you said it was an excuse on one of these, you're basically killing that dog. Then we should neuter and spay our animals.
Absolutely.
So, unless you want to do some kind of, you're going to have another puppy or something, but at some point you need to neuter and spay the dog because that's the problem. There are too many dogs because people don't do that. So that needs to be done right away. What do you do with a guy like me that after you neuter and spay the dog, you think, what a great dog, I wish I would have had a puppy with this dog?
Well, there's more puppies available that's just as incredible
there
as that
go.
one at your local shelter.
And that is true because now I have another dog after Taylor passed away, and it's like they're each little individual wonderful animals. Right. Okay, so now you have this, and then we're talking about some of these people that have these crazy problems and stuff. Tell me about this. You go with Animal Foundation of America, and you attempt to try to rescue some of these animals that are on this 72-hour hold and going to die. And you went and you found this dog that was just wonderful and cute, and you showed me pictures of the dog. And this dog then got injured. Tell the people on how the dog is rated and how they keep it, and then if there's an injury to the dog, it can be destroyed.
Okay, so in your local shelters, they're limited what they can do. They do have veterinary staff, but there's obviously funding. That's always a concern. How extensive can they do medical? So your shelters take care of your basics. They're going to assess the dog. They're going to make sure that the dog is current on its vaccines. It'll have a microchip, and it'll be spayed or neutered before he leaves the shelter. Anything above and beyond that is really a matter of can they do it. So you get people saying, well, my dog is sick. I'm going to take it to the shelter. They'll take care of it. But they can't. And so
if it's sick, that means it almost ensures it's going to be killed in 72 hours. And was it this Blanca that you had the dog that got injured or attacked or something? Such a docile dog? What was the one that was docile that another dog attacked it, and it went from being okay to be in the shelter to, hey, Christina, you better pick this dog up because it's going to be destroyed in the next couple hours?
Stanley.
That was Stanley. So tell us about Stanley.
So Stanley was our boy. We had assessed him prior to the incident, and his personality was great.
You went there to the pound, you assessed it,
yes.
You do the rating of it and everything, and so this dog is going to be there at least 72 hours.
Yeah, he's perfect boy. A on his temp test, which is his temperament test, which means he's not dog aggressive, he's good with food. There's a criteria that they do in temperament testing, and so A on his temp test, model citizen.
Test, all in model citizen.
Yes.
He shakes his head. Do you have that? Can you show us that, Patty? Maybe hold it up by the camera and show us the picture of Stanley. It's actually a video. We hope we can get this on camera. And this is Stanley. When you ask Stanley if Stanley wants a treat, Stanley will shake his head yes, correct?
Yes, thanks to the treat master, which is Patty.
Patty, did you train Stanley to do that? Let me hear that again.
Yes,
Thank you.
Yes,
yeah.
Her admission
I think
of
your
guilt.
headphones are too loud. Let me turn them down so you'll have to speak up. Is that better for you now if I do that? You like that?
Okay, there.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. So by the way, Patty has a dog with her now. This is Blanca. Tell me about Blanca.
Okay, so Blanca was a little girl that her mom was confiscated. Another one of those cases where we discussed before where they had too many dogs, and so the animal shelter comes in and they do a confiscation. So Blanca's mom was pregnant and went into labor on her way back to the facility. And so obviously it's a scary situation for mom.
Right.
She's going into labor. She's being taken out of her home, and she's in the back of a truck. So she finished giving labor once she was at the shelter, and Blanca's mom was deemed aggressive. You can't, whether she's a pit bull.
Whether she is or not.
Right.
Obviously, if you're a pit bull, you're going to get that sort of probably a rating of that.
There's a stereotype, but also she's a mom. She was a mom.
Protective of her
and
child.
She just had a litter of puppies. Yeah. And so, you see it in every dog, every mama dog, when they first have those puppies, that's their job, is to protect them. So that's what her mom did. And unfortunately, it was deemed that she was not adoptable, and mom was put to sleep. So we got Blanca and Blanca's brother and sisters at 16 hours because we got a call.
16 hours?
16 hours because if there's not a mom or if you have nursing moms, very often it's protocol for them to be put to
But don't
sleep.
the dogs have to be with their moms for a while to get going at first?
They should be. Definitely within
So
the first 2
did you do
days.
something like that to get them feeling that they had a mom? Did you?
We did a whole lot of crazy with this crew, with different moms that were whelping, and we bottle fed them. Like, so in between bottle feeding, and I talked to you.
So you bottle fed them. You also got moms that think that they were theirs?
Yes, which is a pretty big procedure.
Yeah, you better tell us that straight ahead. We continue here. The PM Show Weekend Edition. We're talking animals on CRN.
For over 20 years, you've trusted Lumber Liquidators to make high-quality, beautiful flooring affordable for everyone. Delivering this value means you get the floor you want at the low price you deserve. So we've lowered prices even more. This week, get stunning espresso, Hevea, 3/4-inch solid, pre-finished hardwood for just $2.99. Or natural strand bamboo for 41% less than our competitors. And 18-month special financing. You trust our value, we value your trust. For quality hardwood, see the flooring experts. Visit lumberliquidators.com to find a store near you.
We are perfectionists. We do it right and don't stop until the job is done. We build commercial zero-turn mowers with maneuverability, power, and comfort. Who are we? We are Kubota. Now, during our More Power to You sales event, you can get long-term financing as low as 0% APR on new commercial-grade Z700 series mowers.
For more information or to find a participating dealer, go to Kubota.com.
Homeowners, now is the season to be thinking about your roof, because all it takes is one storm to turn a small roof problem into a major leak. If it's time for a new roof, call Sears at 888-465-9720. You can save $500 if you call right now. Sears licensed fully insured contractors can get your roofing job done right. Just call 888-465-9720. Sears has a variety of shingles and styles that are built for long-lasting performance, and you'll save $500 if you call now. So call Sears for a free in-home consultation at 888-465-9720. Hurry, offer ends soon. Not available in all areas. Installation provided by Sears authorized licensed contractors. License information available upon request. That's Sears Roofing. Call right now and save $500. Call 888-465-9720. 888-465-9720. Call Sears now and get that roof repaired. Call 888-465-9720. PM Show, nationwide, coast to coast, CRN Digital Talk Radio. I'm Michael Horn. With us in studio, we have critters and people from the Animal Foundation of America. Christina Angelini is here, Patty Rodriguez. They're taking and talking pet rescue here on the show today. And how can people, if they see pets that they like, let's say somebody wants a pet and they want to find out what's available, where do they contact you?
They could contact me. Actually, I mean, it's simple as calling my cell phone.
Or was there a website that you have up where they can go to that?
There is, and we're getting ready to update like all of the current animals that are available. But you can go to the website www.animalfoundationofamerica.com.
Okay.
And we have a number of animals that are available. We're working with the web guys to update everything and make sure we've got everyone. Because currently we have 110. Oh, no, 111. So we have 111.
So
now.
what happens when you get full and full up?
I am full.
So you got to find homes, right?
Yes. And we take, we focus on moms and pups and seniors and dogs with medical. So there's lots of rescue groups out there that hit the criteria of everyone in the middle. So Animal Foundation of America focuses on those other three categories. So if they have a medical issue, if they come into the shelter with a medical issue, obviously, like, there's a high risk of being euthanized, due to the condition that they have and just simply unable to treat them. And moms and pups, people don't realize, like, they think, oh, okay, this mom, you know, I didn't get her spayed. She has puppies now, and I'm just going to take them to the shelter, and everyone loves puppies, and so they're going to find a great home. Well, that's not the case because shelters they do not have the environment that's conducive to moms and puppies. So shelters carry a lot of disease. And so if you've got a puppy in that environment, there's such a high risk of them being sick.
Wow.
Protocol actually says If they're not able to go into foster, then they're put to sleep.
So put to sleep if they're sick. And it was the case then with the dog Stanley, you said, you checked Stanley out, the personality was great, everything was there, healthy, and they called you like an hour later and said Stanley's going to be put to sleep because?
Stanley was going to be put to sleep because he was out on his walk and another dog got loose and attacked him.
And injured him.
And he was injured. He was very treatable, but he needed, antibiotics and he needed some rest and some love.
So now they're not going to do that because they only have, $50 a dog to do stuff. So if,
right.
once again, if they don't have the funding for it, Stanley was going to be destroyed.
Well, it's a combination of things. It's space
right.
and funding. So these shelters, they have a small area for their medical. It's very small.
Yes.
Blanca's helping
Blanca's touching the microphone.
So they have a very small medical staff and
right.
space. And so then you've got a dog that's larger because
right.
he was a pit bull bulldog mix. And so he takes up a big space, and now he's medical. So they can either take the medical staff they're trying to get the spay and neuter and the microchip and the shots. They've really, they're doing a lot of stuff themselves. And then they've got, if someone needs bandages rewrapped every day and to kind of go through that, it's very, very hard.
But what happened? Now tell us what happened?
So what happened? Another dog attacked him.
Yes.
And then I get a call that says, you know what, Christina, is there any way, I know that you met with him before, he has till 3:00. And this was about 2:15 in the afternoon. So I'm going, wait a second. This is all the way in
you got to
Ventura.
get there in 15 minutes to pick up the dog.
Exactly.
Did you get there in time?
Well, I lied and said I would be there in time. And then I was just like, okay.
So you rescued the dog.
We did. We got Stanley, and Stanley came home with us, and we got him over to...
And so Stanley is now shaking his head. Do we find the video? Patty is still looking for that.
Oh, you found it.
You found it? Okay, I'll show it on my camera here if you got it there.
Slowly.
And you can go to crntalk.com to see this and hit Studio Cam, or go to youtube.com and look up CRN the PM show, and we'll put it in there and put the listing up there on dogs. So you let me know if you got that. We'll go ahead and show it. Do you have
Loading.
it? Oh, it's loading?
The
Okay, so as soon as it's loading, or you can hold it up right in front of that camera and then just watch over there and see. Go ahead.
Still loading.
It's still loading? All right. I want to see this. It's pretty funny. That's a good dog. Now, where can they, again, contact you? Give us the website one more time.
So it's www.animalfoundationofamerica.com.
Okay.
And you can also send emails at Christina, which is Christina, at animalfoundationofamerica.com.
Christina at animalfoundationofamerica.com. Christina. Christina at animalfoundationofamerica.com. Is it loaded now?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, so now you want to hold it right up to that camera. There you go, and then hit the button and we'll take a look at this. Listen.
You want a treat? Yeah, you want a treat? Okay. Princess, sit down. Sit. Can you sit?
What's that?
There you go. So she shakes her head when you go ahead and do that. And you have videos on a lot of these. Do you post videos up on your website?
We post videos a lot on our Facebook page. So that's also Animal Foundation of America. So feel free to go on there and like that. We have videos on there. And then, we also have Funny Bone Pet Sitting, which is our...
What's Funny Bone Pet Sitting?
Funny Bone Pet Sitting is what I started to help fund, all of this crazy with the animals. So we have pet sitting, grooming, walking, and so it's something else that helps fund.
So if I'm going to be away and I need somebody to sit my pet, do you have that service available?
We do have that service available, yeah.
That's
so
great.
Then someone comes in and takes care of your lovely pet while you're gone.
That's very good. Okay, give us again, it's animalfoundationofamerica.com.
Yes.
And they can email you, Christina, Christina, at animalfoundationofamerica.com.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, when we come back, you have a little kitty cat for us?
We do.
All right, we got to see this. Stay with us here on the PM show. Some of the news stories you're missing today. The Muppets are rebooting at ABC, getting a rebooted, according to Deadline reports, a new series they're saying is being developed by the Big Bang Theory's co-creators. So that should be kind of great. And Groundhog Day, a musical, going to be hitting Broadway in 2017. We'll have more for you straight ahead. I'm Michael Horn, the PM show.
Popular demand, the show at South Point presents Tony Orlando live in concert, hit after hit, April 3rd to the 5th. Tickets at the box office, online at southpointcasino.com or charged by phone, 702-797-8055. Tony Orlando at the South Point. The showroom at South Point presents illusionist Rick Thomas. Mind-gripping effects that will have you mesmerized. April 10th through the 12th. Is it magic? Illusion. Is it real? Tickets are vanishing fast. Conjure yours now by the magic of going online at southpointcasino.com or charge by phone 702-797-8055. Rick Thomas at the South Point.
Let me take just a moment or two, if I may, and talk about a great place to eat. That's right, for you folks anywhere in the eastern San Fernando Valley, drop into Bob's Big Boys. That's right, in Sun Valley at 8274 Sunland Boulevard. Now, everybody remembers the name Bob's. They're getting bigger and bigger every day, and little old Bob carrying the hamburger in his checkered overalls is the same Bob that you remember from back through the years. And, of course, if you want to go in for a great lunch, remember their classic burger, the original double-deck hamburger combination. Delicious 100% pure ground beef in 2 patties with American cheese, lettuce, and our famous Big Boy special sauce. The name is Bob, and I think when you go in, you'll say, by golly, I'm sure glad that I found this restaurant because it's good for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. They've got all kinds of things, and all you have to do is remember. Bob's Big Boy in Sun Valley at 8274 Sunland Boulevard. It's a great place to eat.
Now we know more about preventing bone loss. I'm Aileen Ellis. According to the newsletter On Health, smoking, heart disease, drinking too much alcohol, and being very thin can up the risk for bone loss. Several medicines are linked to bone loss, including some antacids, antidepressants, and prednisone. Just 30 minutes a day of brisk weight-bearing exercise can help. Walking, hiking, jogging, or dancing. So does eating fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and tuna. You'll also want to get your calcium and vitamin D levels tested. Too much isn't good. Too little isn't either. Finally, a fracture risk assessment test can show details a bone density test doesn't. Age-related changes, like the thinning of the inner layers of bones that provide structural support. To learn more, check out the Mayo Clinic's website at mayoclinic.org. That's Primetime Focus, brought to you by AARP. I'm Aileen Ellis.
PM Show Weekend Edition on CRN Digital Talk Radio. Welcome back. I'm Michael Horn, visiting with Christina Angelini and Patty Rodriguez from Animal Foundation of America. Hopefully we can save some pet lives here for you. Some other news items for you hitting this weekend. Gary Shandling is under investigation for an alleged hit and run. They say he might be in serious trouble for failing to do the simplest thing, leaving a note behind when he backed into a parked car. So we hope that that's going to be okay for Gary. Sad note this weekend, you've heard this, I'm sure, already. The Reverend Robert Schuller, who had the original Power of Hour and the Crystal Cathedral, had died from cancer, and that's kind of a sad note there. He was 88 years old. Disney, we mentioned, is doing a musical Groundhog Day. Actually, that's the Columbia Pictures holiday, is going to be on Broadway in 2017. Not to be outdone, Disney has been doing a musical for its cruise line, Tangled. You know, they did Newsies is out and about. I know it's playing in Southern California, been on Broadway a lot, and won a few Tony Awards for choreography and score in 2011. That's for Newsies. So the 2010 animated film Tangled is being created for the Disney Magic Cruise Lines, and you might be looking for that. There's also going to be word on the street is that 20th Century Fox is making a deal with Hasbro to make a live-action film based on one of their best products, Play-Doh. And that can be good. Now, I'm hearing a little kind of, and by the way, we'll be talking on the Fred Dreyer program this week about the new NFL hiring the first woman official. Her name is Sarah, not Palin, but Sarah Thomas. And so that should be very interesting. Now, Christina, you brought a little kitty cat. How old is this kitty that you have?
This little kitten.
Hold it up to the camera. You got to get it up there.
Yeah. Can you see?
Yeah, right there. There you go.
Hi. See, I'm hungry.
Hi there. What's the little kitten's name?
Bryn.
Bruin, as in UCLA Bruin?
As in UCLA Bruin, yes.
He's shaking, the poor little Bruin. Bruin wants to be warm. Oh, what a cutie pie. Now, how do you know that the kitty is 10 days old?
Well, his eyes opened up today.
Yes.
So their eyes usually open up right about 10 days old. So we're guessing that that's how old he is.
All right, get on that microphone when you're talking so we don't have to... Oh, you're feeding Bruin. Look at that.
He's hungry.
Can you see? Everybody can see that. It's great. So Bruin is hungry. And when will Bruin be available for adoption?
Bruin won't be available until he's at least 8 weeks.
8 weeks.
So he's 10 days old today.
So you separate the dogs from the kitties and all that, right?
Well, unless you're Blanca.
Blanca's a sweetheart. Blanca is happy with everybody and everything. And you said you have how many pets available right now for adoption?
Right now we have 111. They're all at different phases. So some of them are available for adoption. Some of them are still being treated medically. And some of them are still waiting. We're scheduling for their spay and neuter or get their shots and chips. So everyone's at different phases.
That'd be good. All right. And again, to contact you, the website is animalfoundationofamerica.com. And we can get a hold of you, Christina Angelini, by going to Christina, Christina, at animalfoundationofamerica.com, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah, and you can take a look at the little kitty cat is right there. And Patty, if we want to get in touch with you, how the heck do we do that? Because you've been so talkative on the show.
Same way.
Animal Foundation of America, the same way. That's good. And and again, that little puppy's name is Blanca. And Blanca available for adoption?
No.
Sorry, no. Blanca's not available. She's turned into our little mascot. We've had her since she was 16 hours old, so...
Somebody's going to want Blanca now. You're going to have to say, look, here's another Blanca. That's good.
We have lots more just like her.
All right. Thank you guys for coming in. That's great. 7. You're going to be starting a show here soon on CRN, right?
I am. Very exciting stuff.
Saturday at around noon Pacific time, 3 Eastern. So be looking for that to start here pretty quickly. And that's our show. Thank you all for checking it out. If you want to get any of the websites we mentioned, go to crntalk.com. That's crntalk.com. Download our cell phone app. Free for your smartphone, your iPhone, your Android. It's CRN Digital Talk. Just search for that. For our producer, the fabulous Jose, and our executive producer, Courtney Cadera, I'm Michael Horn saying have a great weekend.
Enjoying all your favorite CRN programming is easier than ever. It's right on your TV, through your local cable provider, and on the web at crntalk.com. But when you're on the move, stuck in a plane, train, or in your car, catch up on all the shows you missed. Or listen live to your favorites. Download our CRN app from your iPhone, iPad, Android, or BlackBerry. Just search for CRN Digital Talk Radio. Or search for your favorite CRN shows on apps like iTunes, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, AHA Radio, uTunes, and Nobex. Now you have access to all of our great shows anywhere in the world and the ability to be part of them by calling our toll-free studio line at 800-336-2225. For more information on where and how to listen, log on to crntalk.com and create your own listening experience today.
The radio channels. The radio channels. CRN.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. President Obama and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu sharply disagree over the merits of the framework for a nuclear deal with Iran.
Netanyahu has been one of the fiercest critics of the Iran nuclear talks. After terms of the agreement were announced, the Israeli Prime Minister told the president in a phone call that a final deal would threaten the survival of Israel. The White House said Mr. Obama assured Netanyahu that the agreement would not diminish U.S. concerns about Iran's sponsorship of terrorism and threats toward Israel.
That's SRN News White House correspondent Greg Clugston reporting. Also at srnnews.com, preliminary readings from the second black box on the German jetliner that crashed on March 24th are startling. French investigators say the co-pilot repeatedly accelerated the plane before it slammed into the French Alps. The flight data recorder was found buried in debris scattered along a mountainside ravine. France's investigative agency says it will continue studying the black box for more complete details of what exactly happened. Anguished families in Kenya continue to search for loved ones after yesterday's massacre by Islamic terrorists at a college campus in northern Kenya. Jeremiah Keeney, who's searching for his nephew, says the young man's phone was switched off the night before the attack, and they haven't seen or heard from him since.
Up to now, we haven't had any communication. That's why we are here to check on whether we locate him, maybe one of the bodies.
148 people are known dead and some 79 were wounded. Survivors of the attack say the gunmen went through the dorm rooms asking if the residents were Christians. If they said yes, they were shot immediately. The militant group Al-Shabaab has struck Kenya several times in recent years, including at the Westgate Mall in Nairobi in 2013, where 67 people were killed. Al-Shabaab released a statement saying the attack was in retaliation for Kenya sending troops in. SRN News.
Music, one of life's greatest pleasures.